Gemini, back at it. Shorty, back at it. Happy DC morning. Happy DC morning. You are loved. You are loved. People want the best for you. I want the best for you. You want the best for you. Speak up for yourself. You only got one life. One life. You tired of being married? Tired of being with your boyfriend or your girlfriend or whatever? Hey, babe, I want to go, babe. Just put it out there. Yeah, y'all about to have fish fillet meal from McDonald's or something, or she may be about to cook you spaghetti tonight. You don't want to mess up the day. But then, you're going weeks and months not happy, shorty. Get your money together. Be like, hey, I'm leaving, boy. I'll try to deal with that child support later. I'm gone, boy. Some ladies at work that look good, I'm trying to get with, boy. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. Speak up for yourself. Anyway, let's talk with in LFG or some people. Everybody was talking about, not everybody, some people was talking about allies, right? Talking about allies, and the guy was like, well, which one is good for DPSing? And it's a lot of them. It's a lot of them. I put in the LFG, hey, devs, let me salvage Nubia real quick. Shorty, let me get rid of her real quick, boy. I wish they put in the thing that you could salvage the motherfucking allies. Let's look at them, boy. We're going to look at allies, and we're going to look at why be in a league, shorty. No, first, that's easy. This is why to be in a league, yo. And don't be worrying about you in league chat. You hear something you don't like. All right, even if you leave a league, get back in a league. This is why. Look at this. Power and supercharge. I don't even know what it mean at the bottom. I just know they give it to you. Here, look at that. Proficiencies. Critical attack. You don't got that if you're not in the league. Or I like to play solo. Man, get out of here with that. Get out of here with that, boy. Then you coming in there trying to DPS against Gamma, shorty. I'm just joking, yo. I'm just joking, because if you super speed, you're going to beat me, shorty. But I'm saying, look, right? Might and precision buff, you're not getting that. You're not getting no critical attack buff. You ain't getting no power and supercharge, right? What else we got? What else we got here, boy? What else we got? Berserker damage. You ain't getting none of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you stay in the league. If you're a healer, you get all this kind of stuff. Healing received, you get power received, all that kind of stuff. If you're a tank, you're getting health. Look at that, you get health, all this kind of stuff. You know, what else you get? Support stats. Look at all that stuff, yo. You know what I'm saying? This is why you stay in the league. Are you serious? It was called Home Turf. The Home Turf DLC brought about leagues. And now me and my son was playing. I was like, I don't want to do all that. I don't want to be talking to people all day long and all that kind of stuff. And I still don't. Unless you a lady. Hell yeah, I'll talk to you. Yep. I'll talk to you. But anyway, I'll type to you too all day long. But be in the league. You don't have to get into the hoopla and yes, you're in the league. Some people expect that the league people will help you. You type. Do this. Type in the league. Are you a helpful league? All leagues are helpful. If they not doing nothing or if they want to help you. But even self, if one person in the league, if you do it by voice, hey, can somebody help me in this alert real quick? Get this feed, guys. If everybody else is not in the voice chat, they ain't gonna hear you. Let's say one person hear you. Yes, you still need two other people. What you gonna do? You're gonna queue up and sit there, and then when the instance start, you gotta type and say what they are doing, or you gotta go by voice and say what the feat is. If not, you gotta go to LFG and type in. A lot of people don't do it. Nobody's helping me, man. Yo, it's low IQ. That's the problem. A lot of y'all got low IQ. You go into LFG, you gotta type in need 3, 4, or need roles for shut up Gamma feat in the new alert. You gotta type that, and then you type it into your league chat. And also do it by voice. That's how you do it. Because not everybody's sitting there in voice. And also when you type it, not everybody going to type it. Because see how I'm on that chat tab right there? I don't necessarily see what's going on in the league chat. You know what I'm saying? Y'all low IQ, emotional people. Oh, I'm leaving this league. No one's helping me. Okay, go to another league and still run into the same problem, shorty. Most likely, you know? But anyway, I understand. It's a learning curve a little bit. All right? Once you realize... we probably still have to hit up LFG, shorty. You know what I'm saying? But be in a league. Sometimes you probably don't want the league name under your name. You may be just tired of seeing the league name, or just want to mix things up. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did. Had a wonderful league. Warning. Wonderful league. I just wanted to mix things up and came to find out cool dude who used to play the game was starting a league named Snipe. I was like, oh shoot, that's a cool ass name. So I had no problem with the league or any leagues I was in actually. But I went to that into that I changed league. But you see, operative word is I stayed in the league for the buffs because I know what leagues give you. You know you want a DPS, you don't want to waste your time really. That's why you want to know a loadout. That's why you want to buff up an artifact. You want to do sort of the best you can do, not be the best at it, but do the best you can do when you're doing it. You want to know that you're doing the right, pushing the right buttons or had the right, combination. Or what does this mean? What does this mean if I do this or do that? What happened? What does all that mean? You know, is that making me hit harder or do I hit softer? Softer? Am I wasting my time? All right, that's the league stuff. So anyway, allies, shorty, and some nice allies out here, boy. It really is some alright allies. We're gonna start right there. Batman, right? When you in combat, he give you a little 10% buff. He a pretty cool dude. He's all right. He's towards the bottom, sort of a little bit, Batman who laughs, I say he's sort of towards the top. He's sort of towards the top a little bit. I remember I tested him a lot of times and against the other allies, and he always rated higher. And it's because of that crit. He have a crit card. He have a might buff card, and then you may get the crit card. But then again, it's the luck of the draw. He could totally suck. You know what I'm saying? So, but he still is kind of cool. I would put him with Zatanna. If I'm not trying to be too serious. But I know I'm going to get good damage from him. Um, Now we're not talking about like him, of course, he good to hit AoEs. We talking about buff, the ones who buffs the DPSing. Um, he don't buff the DPSs. Aquaman was fun with that, with the pets, you know, especially with the Linnea. And with this new artifact, it's going to hurt you. So every time you get damage, Aquaman is going to buff the pets. Is when you take damage. I used to use, like I told you, I used to use the amulet with Aquaman when I was doing the pet thing. That's cool. Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy is boy. If she didn't have that cooldown, she's awesome with nature. She's awesome with nature. You nature. I can't remember how. I think the gorilla is acrobats. So of course you gotta be super speed nowadays to keep up with the super speed tank. I hate the super speed tanks, but that's how it is. Man, you gotta try to keep up. I'm flight. I don't want to be super speed. But if you nature and you could keep up, you're gonna do good damage, I think. But it's messed up. I think she have like y'all could read it. She has like a cooldown. That's the only thing that I put nature down there a little bit below. I put it below electricity, but it's towards the top of the DPSs, I think, because of Ivy's awesome buffing. But it may take a while too to build up. So I don't know. Then when you become the gorilla, can you keep up with the group? You know what I'm saying? John Stewart, he's pretty good. I put him with Shazam. He probably like he's pretty good. He's pretty good. I think it's what is 6% might buff? Yeah, they get 6% might buff. Um, then we have General Zod. He had 2%, but it's consistent 2%, no cooldown. So that make him a pretty cool dude to buff to get a DPS buff with. I ain't even talk about Queen Diana because y'all ain't listening to me. Y'all ain't listening to me. Flash is at the top. Queen Diana is the second best. Y'all ain't gonna listen to Gamma, so don't even worry about it. Shazam is good. I put him with John Stewart, but every time you hit the ally, he give you the 6% buff. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But again, it's a large cooldown. Starfire, she probably like the third best or fourth best, because she does not have a cooldown and she giving you 8%. She giving you 8%. She pretty slick, pretty slick. Superman, too bad he don't buff the DPS, and I don't know why. Um, Superboy, he'll be okay, especially with the new artifact because you're hurting yourself, or with the amulet, you're hurting yourself. So but I think he takes a little bit to charge up. Good old Static, he's pretty good because you supercharging with Flash. Flash is the best, of course, right? We all supercharging. You're getting like 40% damage, you know, and up. You know, so if you keep that going and you're getting crits, that's pretty good. You know, so I still put him below. Y'all ain't gonna listen to me below that a certain one. But yeah, you got Flash in him. That's a great. Obviously, an OP combo at the top of the heap. You know, Wonder Woman let me down because she have such a long motherfucking cooldown. I was like, is it worth it? Because you get the big buff, but then you have to wait a minute and freaking 40 seconds, nearly 2 minutes before she buff you again. You know what happened in 2 minutes? 2 minutes like a lifetime in DC, right? Upgraded and upgraded Batman Who Laughs is Zatanna. I like Zatanna. I like Zatanna. I like Zatanna, but again, you don't know what you're gonna get. You know, but she's still good. You use Batman Who Laughs and Zatanna. That's a nice little combo right there. Um, Black Adam. He okay, but I wouldn't use him really to buff the DPS. And even though he do help with the supercharged generator thing, but like when you kill somebody and he put the little font on the ground, I thought about it after I buffed him up. Anybody could grab the font and they get the buff. You don't get the buff. Like what the frick? I do all this stuff and the buff on the ground, somebody else take it. I'm trying to yeah, I'm trying to salvage him also, Debs. Let me salvage Black Adam. I'll salvage him out. Nubia, you buffing everybody else. You know, so it's she's cool. She's alright. DPS and wise. You know, you could be like a buff DPS, buff everybody. You know, Blue Beetle, you had to wait too long to get the buff. You're like you don't use the weapon buff and then it works or something. For precision, I don't know. I really can't talk on it. I'm not sure. Not sure. Of course, it's proven Flash is the most OP boy because he helping you get your supercharge and keep supercharging. Super OP, super OP. But it don't mean a hill of beans if you're not super speed. If you can't keep up with nobody, it don't matter. So we want to remember we need our movement mode. You know, you want to be super speed, right? I'm flight, so I'm not going to say be flight because I'll be at the back. You know, I get to the ads when they all beat up and laying on the ground, bleeding out. They all dead. They don't got no health left, so I could take the health. You know, so Flash is definitely OP. Um, Lex Luthor, he don't buff. It'll be nice if he did. So not for DPS. And you got Zoom. Zoom do I think it's pull. Yeah, pull. Right, pull. Yeah, if you pulling, um, I don't see why he wouldn't be good. Tell you the truth, if you're using, I think is that with fire I was using pulling. I think that was it pull? Yeah, I was using the fire when I'm fire DPSing. I used the pull and then I think fireball. I think to help buff up Omni real quick. So yeah, I could roll with. I could roll with Zoom, DPS, and Y DPS buff. I'll use him, and who I'll use secondly. I ain't gonna tell y'all, so I ain't gonna worry about it. But if I was to use somebody else, I would use Batman Who Laughs. Yep, I'll use Batman Who Laughs. Zatanna could be in there. Batman, I'll use Batman. Um, yeah, and then you could use Flash also. Shoot, you could use Flash also, you know. Now would Zoom give you better numbers than Static if you're using Flash with the supercharge and Zoom? Um, Static will probably beat him out. I think Static may beat him out because his DPS buff taps out at like how much is it? How much is it? Let me see. In combat, pull supercharge, increase movement speed on combat, abilities grant bonus supercharge, more attacks, grant stacks of might. All right, might is what I'm looking at. Might, was it just 1%? Stat cap 4 stat. Oh, he sucks a little bit. Yeah, he sucks. Movement mode. There's a movement mode attacks. Movement mode attacks. So yeah, his DPS buff kind of weak. Let me see. But his supercharge, he pulls supercharge. But people don't be using them really like that, do they? I don't know why. He pull supercharge plus 13%. Let's see what's the max. What's the max when you max him out real quick? Where stacks? It'll be at the bottom. Malicious Marathon? No, it's a Hot Foot. It's Hot Foot, right? Is that what we look? Yeah, while in combat, pull. Grant bonus, yeah, Hot Foot. How much is Hot Foot? You get 25 supercharge. A maximum of 25 supercharge. Whatever that means. What a pull, how hell for that? Yeah, passive. While in combat, pull. That's if you're using pull again. I'm thinking about if I was to go back to fire. I think I use pull with earth too. I think I use pull with earth. So zoom and a flash, that'd be kind of fun. But with flash, you oh yeah, when you do the supercharge, yeah. Shoot, if I go back earth or freaking or fire, I would use zoom and flash. But then again, it really doesn't matter because I'm not super speed. I'm still gonna get busted. You know, I ain't gonna be doing all that good. All right, so then we have him. He does not give a buff, DPS buff. Tico does not give a DPS buff, right? No DPS buff here. Let's just make sure Tico, because yeah. All right, so Oracle bot. I don't use Oracle bot at all. Crypto. He's nice with the single target thing, but no buff. Harlequin. I wasted time buffing that. I wanna. I want to salvage Harley. Flashpoint Batman. I didn't mind grinding for Flashpoint a little bit because I was thinking about using him while I was tanking. Activating a weapon buff ability heals you for 5% of your maximum health every 30 seconds. Weapon buff. Hey, that could be good with the freaking what you think with the Page of the Black. Use him, but you have to use somebody else real strong. Use weapon. You're still using the weapon buff though. Would you use them with flash for sure to ensure that you're doing good? You supercharging, but keep you healed, I guess, from losing your health with going below 50% with the Page of the Black. But if you have a healer, the little, you should be alright anyway. But anyway, John Constantine, he's like community buff. He like a buffing. He don't give you the damage, unless you're a healer, But actually, healers could do great damage too now with that with the supercharging and water. You could be rocking, you know. But yeah, most people can't use John Constantine. Though his buff is OP, but it's still not like yours. Yeah, but yeah, see, we still got some good options out here for fun, man. You know what I'm saying? You could put a nice little Zod and Batman. Shoot, Batman with freaking Wonder Woman. Yeah. Superboy. But you had to hurry. Oh, yeah, we got the Page of the Black. So, yeah, Superboy is in there. Superboy is in there. We got the good old combo, Starfire and John Stewart, or use Starfire. If you can't use Starfire, you can't use John Stewart, use Shazam. They buff the same, man. They buff the same. Still 6%, still around the same cooldown time. Every time you put the ally, Shazam buff you for 30 seconds no matter what you do. That's a pretty good buff, you know? Yep. Yeah, so still got some pretty good ones. Um oh, that's right, he does give a buff, but you had to roll. You had to roll with Death Metal Batman. So when you rolling, you ain't doing damage. So you roll and then it's like just for a couple hits. He like the original Batman. It's like a couple hits he buff you and then that's it. And you don't know when to roll. You have to like keep in your mind. All right, 30 seconds. Okay, I did 2 rotations. Let me roll. Boom. Oh shoot, I'm not ready yet. God dang it. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. Yeah, Allies are still rolling. They got this. Now let's go to the new one, Mr. Freeze. And I don't like his. I don't like how it looks. He don't give no buff. He not giving you a buff, man. Freeze ray cone at the target, damaging and stunning them. That's nice. It gives a frostbite thing. But it's every time. But when you get that proc for frostbite, that's what every how long you gotta wait for the icon to be ready. You know what I'm saying? So you're not gonna take out a power off the power tray and put, oh yeah, I got my Mr. Freeze, put freeze on everybody, frostbite on everybody. That take too long. Take too long. Chilling vengeance. Chilling getting hit while you have a shield on. Okay, tank. Or with the thing in the black, we have a shield on, you have a chance to summon a snow devil. Okay, so you can have the, let me see. See, well, okay, so I'm thinking DPS wise. DPS wise, tank DPS says you have the breakout. Sometimes it acts as shield, so you could use that. But y'all don't listen. Yeah. Anyway, so you use that. The weapon buff, getting hit while you have a shield on. I'm thinking Mr. Freeze and something with Aquaman. You go Aquaman with pets, and I wonder if Aquaman's buff will buff the Snow Devils. You see what I'm saying? Like you have the Page of the Black with Aquaman, so you're getting hurt every single time you buffing. Does the Snow Devils get the buff too? Could that be slick? You're probably Snow Devils up to a cap. Summon a Snow Devil up to a cap. Now, as you go up to level 10, I guess, they give you probably 3. They allow you to probably have 3 Snow Devils max a pair, you know? It'd be slick if 10 could come out. That'd be nice. And they all getting buffed by Aquaman. That'd be nice, you know? Zatanna buffs pets. I can't remember exactly how she worked, how she buffed the pets. Is it? Oh, yeah, every 6 powers she'll buff the pets. Now, does she buff all of, like, was she buff the Snow Devil or just like the sidekick, you know? Yeah. But, yeah, I think that'd be nice for, like, uh, the pet loadout thing, if you can make it work, maybe, you know? Using a supercharge, summons a snow aura around you that damages enemies caught inside. So you're within melee range, you up on the ads. Again, you're going to be super speed. You know, if you're not super speed, it's like you're going to be wasting it. You know, you got to be up on them. Inflicts frostbite on enemies, making them vulnerable to freezing effects. Alright, but that aura around you is causing damage. It's sort of like the bat supercharge a little bit. You know? Using the super, every time you supercharge, it's going to be happening. Okay. I guess like tanks that use supercharge will be used in this. Could use this a little bit. Yeah, you could use this. I don't know what else allies you're using when you battle tank, and I don't battle tank. I just tank normally. But okay, so this is Mr. Freeze. I'm not going to get it. It was tempted. When I seen Mr. Freeze, I was like, oh, I'm like, what's this? First I looked at that, and the acorn. Then I said, what's this? Oh, shoot. Oh, that on skill point. That ain't nothing. I mean, it's cool, but thanks, people. Nope. But then I was like, oh, what's this? I'm like, oh, shoot, Mr. Freeze, let me see. No buff. They could have made this even a buff for precision, but they didn't. I wish they did. I wish they helped out precision a little bit. Y'all could have helped out precision and still keep the shield thing. This one down here, instead of doing a supercharge thing, they could have made this buff precision. Oh man, they would make more money. They do not, boy, they don't know how to make money, do they? And they be lying. Oh, we can't add no more powers to the game. But yeah, y'all continually add things to the game. Man, y'all need to stop mother effing lying, yo. We can't add a new power. There's no more powers. We can't do more. Man, y'all, they're lying. I don't care what they say, they're freaking lying. And if they believe it, as they say, drinking the Kool-Aid of their boss. You know, whatever the boss say, yeah, they say we can't do it because the megabytes and the terabytes and, man, shut up. Bunch of liars, yo. And I don't call it gaslighting. It's lying, shorty. But anyway. All right, so that's some, reasons to join a league. Get in a league, boy. Get in a league. Stop playing. And if you're not in a league, enjoy yourself. Enjoy the game. It's your game. It's your PS5 or PS4 or Xbox or PC that you sitting at and you paying to play. You know what I'm saying? You play how you want to play. Shut up, Gamma. You know what I'm saying? But if not, and if you see the reasoning that I'm saying is valid, man, get in the league and get that. Make sure that you can come into the league hall and check to see if your proficiency's on in whatever league you're in, you know, and get your league buffs. Get your league buffs, shorty. You know, if you like, oh man, I want to start my own league, I say don't. You got too much stuff to worry about. You got to buff motherfucking artifacts. Let me show you, boy. You got buff artifacts. You here buffing artifacts and stuff. My Book of the Black is still at 180, right? Then I deflected from the Book of the Black. I started doing some tech artifacts. Then I know for sure if some artifact come out real slick, I'm gonna put the tank artifacts into the DPS artifact. I should have so much more artifacts. It's crazy. But yeah, you got better things to think about than trying to grind so you have proficiencies in a league. But again, you enjoy the game the way you want to enjoy it. I'm just saying, man, I wouldn't do it. I'll just get into a league that's already pumping with people, and y'all gonna have the proficiencies ready all the time. You know what I mean? But anyway, people, that's it, boy. See, here go the snow devil with that little thing right there. I don't know why it don't look like a dog. You know, or they should call it something else. Devil. What do they call it? What is it? Snowflake? Devil flake. Yeah, they call them devil or snowflakes. I don't know. They could have named it something else. Look, the icon for it look like a dog. I don't see no dog out here. You know, man, boy, they need to. Oh, boy. Yeah. Anyway, that's what's going to be happening with Mr. Freeze. Oh, also that motherfucking artifact, the red tornado artifact. Why couldn't it be real red tornadoes that come out instead of that big giant swooshing thing? When you fight Red Tornado in Hall of Justice Elite, shorty, and he put up little red tornadoes, they look slick. You know what I'm saying? That's what people was thinking that would happen with the freaking red tornado artifact. But it got this big giant swoosh thing. Man, they just don't know how to do nothing, do they? They don't know how to do nothing, boy. Anyway, get my nine, shorty. See y'all out there. See y'all out there. I know I'm forgetting something, but Hopefully I'm not. But see y'all out there, boy. See y'all out there. It's a good thing we got the other Superman and not him. You know? He'll try to subjugate us and all this kind of craziness.
I find you the most valuable member of the House of Zod.
Yep, he trying to get rid of all humans and all that kind of bullcrap. But that's Zod, boy. He's good for single target. Better than Crypto. Yeah. According to my testing, I could be wrong, shorty. But I believe he's better than single target than Crypto. That's what I use, yo. But he's slow. That's right. Crypto could be a little bit better because Crypto was like, soon as he come up, he's shooting them eye beams. He got to give a freaking speech and all that kind of stuff, you know, then go, whoo. But yeah, I use Zod, shorty. All right, got my nine, boy. See y'all out there.